We're currently halfway through the 2019 golf season and I'm still struggling with my putting. Let's do it, and let's do it now. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. Second of all, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. On this channel, I bring you guys daily golf related content every single day that helps you raise your game, hopefully helps you lower your handicap, and generally just gets you enjoying golf loads more. In today's video, I'm with Titleist Scotty Cameron product specialist Nick, and we are going to discuss Scotty Cameron putters, what's right for me, what could be right for you, and hopefully I'm going to rediscover some magic around the greens. So let's do it. So guys, we have Nick, the Scotty Cameron specialist. How are we doing, Nick?
That's about, mate, you?
Yeah, very good, thank you, mate.
Good.
And we also have these bad boys here. Now, included in here, we have the Phantom X range of putters and the Studio Select range of putters. So Nick, I've always liked a Studio Select style of putter. I've always liked a blade style of putter. It's just something a bit romantic more than anything. Yeah. But I always seem to putt better with a mallet style putter. So okay, I'm hoping today that you can kind of help me decide what is best for me and what Scotty Cameron would be best to go in my bag.
Perfect, we can get that done for you, no problem. I mean, the first part of from a fitting aspect that we're kind of always looking at is things that you just said then and spoke to me about before. It's look, it's preference, it's what's going to give you the confidence and inspire, you know, you getting out on the golf course and trusting what you've got in your hands when you're on the putting green. You know, the putter is probably one of the most used pieces of equipment when you go out and play golf. So, you know, like I say, that's why we've got the putters out here right now. You know, from the Select design, you know, these are kind of, especially the new putt too, you know, when you think of a Scotty Cameron, you think of Tiger back in the 90s, you know, especially when he won at the Masters and stuff like that. These are the putt that Scotty's renowned for. You know, these are almost like his flagship models. Yeah. And there's a wide range within the Select putters, you know, from the square back all the way through to the Laguna that got reintroduced in the 2018 Selects. You know, there's different looks and profiles and just different things that attract golfers to different elements of what design they kind of like. Awesome. We've obviously then this year reached into Phantom X, which is the brand new mallet design.
Love the colouring on these.
It's definitely a little bit different, and that's a great thing. That's a lot of feedback we've got out from we've been out with working with tour players and with consumers across the UK. The first thing they're picking up is, wow, it looks so different. You know, it's maybe not something they might have seen on a Scotty Cameron before. So it's just, again, looks, visuals is a huge point of it.
Right, Nick, so that is a little briefing about the Studio Select and the Phantom X range. Now I think it's time I hit some putts, maybe.
Definitely.
Where would you recommend we start? If you were working with somebody looking to fit a putter, maybe on tour or otherwise, where would you start with me?
So what we're going to look at first is just going to get you the pace and the speed of the green. So we're kind of going to work off.
Interestingly, that's the biggest thing I struggle with.
Okay.
It's pace.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is a nice 20-foot putt, 15-20-foot putt. We're going to try and get it as straight as we can. So we're just going to get an idea from that, and then from a fitting aspect, the things that we're going to look for is, I'm just going to leave you alone for a couple of minutes, because what I want you to do is I want you to go around the different Selects. I want you to go around the Phantom X, and I want you to just kind of get a look of him, kind of what you like, the style of what kind of thing's going to suit yourself. Yeah. 2 models or maybe a model of each in each brand. Just kind of have a look, and then from there, what we'll do, I'll just get you to hit some putts together, a bit of a warm up almost. Yeah. And then from a fitting aspect, things we're going to kind of look for from a fitting side is correct length, which is important, and the differences in neck designs that can influence you and your strokes. So we'll kind of look at that. But like I say, well, let's have the first step of this. Let's go into the putters, then we'll go from there. Okay.
Just to reiterate that, he's going to leave me alone with these for a few minutes, so yeah. So guys, I want you to hit those comments below. Which one would you be picking? I'm going to go one of each and see which one really kind of suits my eye, and I'm generally going to go with something that maybe I have good memories with, because I have used Studio Select putters before. I haven't used Phantom X before, but I've used the old school Phantom putters. I used the X5, so I'm going to go with one of those, which are these ones here. Lengthwise, I'm going to go 35 to start with, which looks like that one. And then in the Studio Select range, I like things pretty basic. I'm a basic guy, Nick. So should we go Newport?
Yeah, Newport. Why not? 35 again.
In fact, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to go, that's 2.5, is it?
It is.
2.5, because I like that neck. So to me, they're the ones that catch my eye, Nick. So
cool.
I've got the X5 and the 1.5, sorry, the 2.5, purely because I like the kind of neck on that one.
Okay.
Let's hit some putts.
Perfect. So from a putter side, it's more, what kind of goes on with it? Is it more from a pace, or is it?
Pace is always my issue.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get a little bit more weight on the left side. I'm going to try and get the ball a little bit more central, handle a tiny bit further forward, and then from there take it back and let it just kind of fall down onto the ball to get a better stroke.
Cool. And when you kind of hit putt zones, are you kind of allowing the putter to do what it wants, or is there anything you're trying to manipulate? Is it, you're trying to take it back and through, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to take it to a point where from the top of the backstroke, as it were, I can just sort of let it fall almost through.
Okay.
So it's just, I'm using the momentum of the putter rather than actually trying to hit it. My biggest problem is I hit putts instead of just stroking them.
Yeah. Okay. How does that feel?
It felt good until it missed. I know, it feels good. It feels a lot different to the old Phantom I used to have.
Yep. So with Phantom X, what we have is a massive part of the construction of the putter is it's an aluminium face with that 303 stainless steel on the border. So the whole thing we're getting with Phantom X, which is different to the Selects, is that we've gone away from inserts.
Yeah.
So the whole thing about the aluminium, it's a softer material, and it's lighter as well. So the whole idea within a mallet is that we're looking to try and distribute the weight as far and out as we can to make it, give it higher MOI, more forgiving, right?
Yeah.
So from an eyeline perspective, what Scotty looks at. So the first element of the kind of fit that we're looking at through the video, and like I say, that's the same thing we use whether it's kind of coming doing a consumer event, if Henry's out on tour, or even in the studio working with Paul Fazanko, is that we use the video as a reference point.
Okay.
So a big thing with a putter design, that a lot of people have that kind of misperception of what a putter is actually designed to do within the stroke. Some people think straight back, straight through. Yeah. Some people think about that open gate kind of almost. A big thing that dictates toe flow of a putter, so face balance, toe hang, is the neck orientation.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see there in your hand you've got the number 5.
Yeah.
Okay, the standard 5 with that high bend. We've got here the 5.5 with the short neck. So you can see from the head perspective they're exactly the same. It's the neck that's different.
And to the untrained eye, I don't think anyone would tell the difference between those really. That is a minute difference, but it makes a big difference on the hang, doesn't it?
So exactly, so you can see here with the 5.5, the toe hangs down a touch, okay?
Yeah.
So what we're basically looking for, if I take this putter here, so from the bend of the shaft, if I was to carry that down through the shaft, the nearer that goes to the centre, the more face balanced the putter becomes.
Right, okay.
But you can still, even with that there, the toe hangs down a touch.
It's a couple of degrees, isn't it?
Okay?
Yeah.
With the 5.5, the shorter neck means that it kind of comes in a bit soon. So you can see that's why it gives it more flow. The reasons why we have toe flow or element of in the putter design is that the putter is actually designed to work on an arc. Okay. And what dictates arc with the majority of golfers is the length of the putter, basically where our eye line dictates.
Right.
Okay, so the biggest thing that I see with majority of consumers when I come to do a putter fit is that when a player's eye line's too far over the golf ball, so in this direction of the ball, what that's going to do is give inconsistencies to the player's stroke, their arc within the stroke. And the majority of the time it kind of goes outside and kind of comes across that way. Yeah. On the flip side, when we see players that kind of have their length of the putters a little bit too long, their eye line gets too far inside the golf ball. So again, that can give inconsistencies to the player arc. So what Scotty's kind of looking through video is that we're trying to get the eye line, the player's eye line set towards up, kind of like 1 to 2 inches left of the golf ball. I kind of like it towards the heel of the putter, that kind of side. When we kind of find a length that's going to get that player in that eye line, it's going to allow the player to have the most consistent arc.
That's interesting, because I bet a lot of people are watching this thinking, I always got taught eye line over the ball, but I have learned from the Scotty Cameron website, actually doing my research last night of all times, that there is a big thing about having the eye line maybe just inside the ball, which concurs
just
with
to
what
allow
you're
that
saying
kind
there.
of art. And then that's why, so what we look for from a fitting aspect is, like I say, just from that first element, if you're just warming up and hitting a few putts and we just get a couple of videos there, is just to kind of see, well, what's going on within that stroke and kind of what's the players set. Lots of players set up kind of doing that's maybe producing that kind of stroke. So we started off with a 35, just briefly looking into the videos there. Maybe it looked to us like your eye was just a little bit far like too far inside. So what we'll do, we're just going to nip down to a 34. We're just going to get a couple more videos and just kind of see if we get any difference from there.
Right, awesome.
So same things, a setup as you would do. We're just going to get a couple of videos and we'll have a look to see.
Now already that feels miles better.
Okay.
Is that the different neck, or is it the same neck, different length?
It's exact. So the neck's the same, the lie angle's the same, the loft the same. All we've gone is on an inch shorter in the shaft. As you're setting over that putter, James, what feedback are you kind of getting from a looks wise, feel wise?
Definitely enjoying the length more, even just after a couple of putts. I think feel wise, you
said a little bit different to some of the other putters that you might have hit, Scotty Cameron.
Yeah, it is. Although the shape's really nice, I love the fangs there. I don't know if it's the contrast between the black and the silver that maybe gives me a different feel, like looking over it a little bit.
And from a visual aspect, when do you use a line when you hit putts?
Yes.
And how would you use anything on the putter head directly to help influence
just the
top dot?
Yeah.
Use a top line at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, how's that feel?
Good. Yeah, that does feel better straight away. So immediately to me that feels a little bit better.
Yeah. So like I say, we work off video on the slow-mo, like an iPhone's nice and easy just to kind of have there and then, or working with an iPad, but we can kind of see from the first putter.
So we're going to put these on screen now, guys. So this is the first putter that we tested, 35 inch.
So you can see there, we can see the eye lines just a little bit inside there, and we can maybe see, you know, talking about the stroke wise, what you're kind of working on at the moment, kind of how that's kind of working. When we then look at the next video, looking at the slightly shorter shaft, the 34 inch, kind of getting the eye line a bit more that side, you can see this slight difference in kind of how the putter's starting to arc a little bit more. Again, we then might start looking at differences in maybe neck design and stuff like that, is that we're trying to get that middle of that putter kind of working with that arc. So if I was to take an image of you face on at a dress and then take a video and then an impact, hopefully I'm going to try and basically mirror that image of what you had, and you know the length and neck design can influence that a lot. Okay,
so we're going to try same putter, different neck.
We are, yeah.
Perfect.
Does that feel any different in the stroke?
Yeah, it feels like it's easier to let the toe kind of open a little bit. Yeah. So Nick's just been talking me through there how the difference in neck design can play a huge role in how I take the putter away and also in how I bring it back down to the ball. And this has really allowed me to just let the putter flow on the way back, maybe open up a tiny bit as opposed to keeping it shut, keeping it too square, and from there really just work down through the ball with a natural stroke, and it actually feels quite a lot better.
That misconception where people think that mallet putters are designed to go straight back and straight through.
Yeah, that's always something which I was...
designed, obviously the neck.
Even just swinging that, it feels...
You can see definitely that first one, you take it back short. Now that you've hit some putts with Phantom X, so you just got an idea of that mallet design. Yeah. It's just give you a different, because obviously all these pretty much are going to have similar, that's going to have maybe a touch more.
Which might actually help me with what we're trying to do.
The one that you picked up, 2.5, is obviously one of the highest necks that's going to give you flow, so it's more to get you to hit putts.
Straight away feels a bit heavier.
Okay. Is that something that you like, or?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it is actually, yeah. And a lot softer.
Feels softer? Okay, interesting.
Guess the softness is down to the insert, is it?
So yeah, what we have in the select style, so it's a 303 insert to match the metal of what we use in the body, but we put dampening behind the insert. So the dampening's what is an influence that makes it feel softer. Yeah.
So here now we've got one of the new ones, the square back 1.5, so it's that same kind of neck.
But just the element of that mallet kind of style that kind of
so
if you like the style of
sort of getting the best of both worlds.
Exactly. You know, a lot down to this now, mate, as well, is down to preference of looks, how it feels.
Yeah.
You know, what's suiting your eye more than the other.
Oh, feels good. Visually, it's not my cup of tea, but yeah, it feels, yeah.
Compared to the 2.5 that we hit in the first place?
Probably prefer the look of that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Put that in a good pile then. Cool.
Okay, standard Newport. This feels absolutely tiny compared to the fastback.
Looks a good stroke. Stroke.
What's that missed?
Just to mix up a little bit, so we've hit the 5.5 Phantom X.
Yeah.
We've then gone into a couple of the blade styles.
Yeah.
You said something about like the feel wise, the Phantom 5.5X.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is, again, in the 7, we offer that in the 7 and the 7.5 offering.
Okay.
So again,
how many designs? I'm putting you on the spot here, but how many designs are there in these?
So there's 5 heads and there's 9 different models in total.
Yeah.
Including the neck differences in the neck design and stuff like that. So what we've got here is a little bit more going on than the first Phantom X that we hit. We've got a little bit more aluminium there. Different sight line, a bit more than lines there to help you there, but let's just give a difference in terms of feel and looks really. Something like a good stroke. How's that feel?
Feels good.
Different to the 5?
Yeah, I like the alignment down at the ball.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like, because they're so square, that's for me is wanting to make me go straight back.
Straight back, okay.
Which is kind of against what we're looking at, isn't it?
Okay.
But
so what we're looking at here, sometimes it is what's a Saturday, Sunday gamer, and then what's sometimes going to be there that if confidence is a little bit low, they go to, and if they just need that little bit more of an MOI design.
Yeah.
You know, a lot with you right now is what do you like the look of, what's going to suit you. We're going to hit some different puts as well, just from different angles, and just what's going to suit you more than anything.
See, the big thing for me at the moment is confidence levels, and they're not that high. So for me, looking at it, I think probably the mallet style is going to be more beneficial. Yeah. But the big thing that I've taken so far from the fitting is the neck design. Neck design, which I didn't even think about beforehand. So
yeah, it's a lot of things that people don't really. A lot of people in that element think they kind of pick up a mallet design and think, well, that's going to be the putter that goes straight back, straight through. And it's these kind of traditional bladey ones are the ones that are a bit more kind of like that open gate design. It's not necessarily down to the weight in the head, it's down to how that neck configuration
so
on that design
is. Flow.
Exactly.
The big word's flow, isn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, Nick.
Cool.
Thank you ever so much for your time.
No problem.
Really appreciate that.
It's good.
For me, the big thing I've taken from this, and my sort of decision making is based on where my confidence is at the minute. Yeah. Which isn't amazingly good, but I never even really thought about neck design. So neck design is something which, for me, allow the putt to flow more. We've already spoke about all that. Yeah. And then obviously the length is a big issue as well. So me thinking that I need a 35-inch putter at 5'9". Yeah. Fair enough. Probably not the right thing to be thinking. But then I've just asked you there off camera about the lie angle and things like that, and obviously your answer to me is, well, the length has sort of taken care of that. Yeah, so
it is, and you know, a case from a fitting aspect, if there's something we need to do with a lie angle, it's something now we can do from, say, Ives. We can go a couple of degrees upright, a couple of degrees flat. So if it needs to be done, it can be done, but the majority of the time, once we've kind of assessed what length is going to issue from looking for the length aspect, the lie angle then kind of works in around that. So
Nick, thank you so much for your time.
Good to see you.
Guys, thank you so much for watching that. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I've learned a lot there, and I'm hoping you guys have learned a lot there. So Nick, there's not a lot about Scotty Camerons you don't know, so thank you very much. Guys, make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment below which Scotty Cameron putter would you be looking at. As always, if you have enjoyed the content, it means a lot to me if you would leave a like. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.